Hey my friend, this is Dr. Michael Briscoe with DMB Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to do another chest exercise. Your pecs here, building those pecs up, getting them nicely shaped, get them nice and toned, nice and strong. And so there's different ways of doing it, but today we're going to be using a flat bench with 2 dumbbells here. And what this exercise is the dumbbell bench fly. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how to do that at first. With no weights. I want to show you the proper mechanics, and then I'll show you how to do things with the weights, but I'm also going to show you some key pointers on things not to do. Okay? So if you have a bench like this, we want to keep it flat. When laying here, just like when you're doing a bench press, you're going to have 4 points of contact. You're going to have your feet here on the floor, your buttocks are going to be on the bench. When you're laying down here, you're going to have a slight bend in your lower back, just enough to fit your hand underneath. This keeps your lower back safe. Okay, and then you have your upper back is your 3rd point of contact, and then your head is number 4. This is very important to give your body stability, but also for you to be able to engage the muscles you need to engage. When you're doing this, you're going to tighten up your core here, and that allows you to have stability and to be able to have that driving power to do the exercise. You're driving your feet into the floor. This gives you stability. You have that slight arch. When you're doing this, just like in the bench press, you don't want to raise yourself up like this. You don't want to have a massive arch in your lower back or with your spine. Just nice and comfortable. Your shoulders are going to be transitioned back here. So if I have weights in my hands, they're going to be up here to start with. Now my hands, my elbows, and my shoulders are all in the same plane. They're not up here. They're not over here. They're right above my armpit, shoulder level. My shoulders are pulled back like this. I'm not having them this way, but they're pulled back. And my hands and elbows, they're all in line with the mid portion of my chest, and on a guide that would be basically what we call the nipple line. So just imagine that area. So I'm holding my dumbbells here. My elbows are not locked out here. They're slightly bent. Now I'm going to drag or let them come down nice and slowly here in this plane here. Okay? So I'm not doing all crazy movements like this. I'm coming down here, elbows stay slightly bent, and I stop right about here. I do not have to go way back here. I just stop with my armpit level here, and then I'm going to come back up in the same plane that I moved in originally. And when I come up here, I give a squeeze to my chest here. I want to get that last bit of contraction as I'm pulling back up here, and then I'm coming back down, and then back up, squeezing here. So let me demonstrate with the weights. Okay, always use weights that you can control, but it is challenging for yourself. If you have a workout partner, someone who can spot you, that's even better. And they would be spotting your hands and making sure that you're not going to drop those weights and that sort of thing. If you don't have a spotter, you play it safe. You use weights that you can control. Okay, if you run into a problem, just drop those weights and get out from underneath there. So we're going to lay down here. I always like to rest them on my chest so I can get my grip, and then I'm going to press them up to start with. And you always can have a spotter help you do it if you need to. So here, my elbows are slightly bent. I have my 4-point contact with my feet, hips, and buttocks, and back and head. So elbows are slightly bent. The weights are over my armpits. My whole arm is steady. Okay, and in position, my hands over my shoulders. I'm going to come down. Elbows are slightly bent. They stay slightly bent. And I come here, and I'm coming back up. And I'm squeezing my pecs. Coming down. And back up here. Notice when I do this, I don't bend my elbows more like this. Okay, that would be more of a dumbbell chest press. I want to keep them slightly bent the whole way down here. And back up, squeezing my pecs. And one more time. And when you're ready to let the weights down, you can bring them down here, and then sitting up, letting the weights carry you up with the momentum.